Mike White has finally just hinted at what the overall moral of the story and social message for season 3 of The White Lotus was, and I want to give you my interpretation of it and then reveal what Mike White said it was at the end. I realized while watching the finale that each group had their own theme, but there was one overall message that tied all the groups together and really reflected what this season was about. And that is the theme of moral disengagement. That we as humans do not have as high as morals as we actually think we do once they're put to the test. We see one character in each of the 5 groups that have at one point acted like they had higher morals than the people in the group around them. In the finale, they all have a moment where they disengage with their morals for a selfish reward. And those who stuck to their morals the whole time died. For example, Belinda. In the whole season, she was very adamant about not wanting Greg's blood money, insisted she couldn't be bought, has always made an honest living, and wanted to avenge Tanya's death. But then in the finale episode, she has a heel turn where she works with the murderer of Tanya, takes his blood money, and does the same exact thing that the rich lady in the first season did to her. Take Guy Talk also. For the whole season, he stated he had a belief system where he couldn't harm or kill anyone. It was against his religious and spiritual beliefs, to the point where he was ready to lose his job and give up his career because he couldn't do it. But then he disengages with his morals to kill Rick just to win the girl and win a higher position at his job. He never even tells on the robbers who get to live happily ever after. Why? So he can keep his selfish reward. Lori judged her 2 friends and stood on her moral high ground for the majority of the season. Judging Jacqueline for being vain and cheating on her husband, and judging Kate for being a Trumpy and not being a self-respecting woman. And then in the finale, she apologizes and said she used to have a lot of belief system, but realizes being friends with people who you spent a lot of time with is most important to her. And yeah, you can say that's girlhood, but could you really overlook these things? Piper prided herself on having higher morals and ethics than her family and thought their life of excess and wealth was disgusting. Even wanting to give up her life and turn over to Buddhism until she realized she can't give up her selfish comforts and wealth, giving up fundamental pillars of her morals and personality. I think we can all agree that the 2 most pure souls of the season were Chelsea and Locke. And then it's interesting to see that they're the 2 that get punished by the universe, one of them even dying, maybe reflecting the phrase, only the good die young. Mike White sat down for an interview where he said people on the show will want to be better than their basic selves, but then they'll have this human animal side that keeps pulling them back to the dark side, so to speak. So make sure to tell me what you think, and as always, make sure to follow on all apps in case of a ban, because in Patty we trust.